I want you to know this morning that you are loved, you are worthy, you are peace, and you are joy. Get ready now for an all new Project Joy Live. Here we go. Good morning, everybody, and happy Friday to you. It is Friday, April 12th, 2024. I hope you are doing well today. I'm your host, Jessica Dugas, and I am your host for this incredible show, Project Joy Live. It is my reason for getting up out of bed in the morning. Does anybody else feel, is it just me? I always hope that that's the case for other people, that it brings you this burst of joy and helps you get up and go about your day, even if you wake up with some of the stuff that's hanging over from the day prior. So it always brings me so much joy to do this show, and mostly because I get to be here with you. So little sentimental moment here with you guys this morning. I hope you are set up to have an amazing day, and I'm excited because I want to let you know what's happening on the show today in the morning brew. Get those yawns out, stretch your body. Let me know what's in your cup today. My daughter made my coffee this morning in my boss lady mug, as it should be. Feeling like the boss lady this morning, or at least trying to tap into that energy. Sometimes it's hard to be your own boss, guys, because you have to kick your own tail into gear. Nobody else is going to do it for you. It is the ultimate test of adulting, being your own boss. So, for all the boss ladies and gents out there, wishing you an amazing day today. Let's check in and see who's joining us in our audience this morning. Miss Brittany in that VIP seat, grand rising and happy Friday to you. Kevin, Kylie, everybody. Let's have a moment with Kevin. First of all, I need everybody to throw some hearts, some blue hearts down in the comments for Kevin this morning. His song Climbing has been the theme song for Project Joy Live this year. It's that amazing song that you hear an intro and exit for the show today. Make sure you go visit him on social media and check out his music, which is incredible. But that climbing song, it's it for me this year. It's it for me. So thank you so much, Kevin. On a side note, he also sent me video this morning. I had gone Bill and I had gone God, it was last year, right, Kevin? Oh my goodness. To go see Kevin in Rent. And he played Collins, and there is that scene where Angel dies and Collins is singing at Angel's funeral. If you've never seen Rent, must see. He sent me that clip this morning, and I'm literally sobbing 20 minutes before I have to go on air already. But sometimes, guys, there's joy in that. That's sometimes what you need to clear the air, clear the energy. And it's no coincidence that it is literally pouring rain outside today. It feels like it's washing. And um, it's the start of an important time for the people of Thailand, which also ties into what we're talking about this morning. There's those blue hearts we have down there for Kevin this morning. I can't believe it was last year already. Cannot believe that. Yes, to the releasing. So thank you so much, Kevin, for being part of not just the Breakthrough Show Network, but my life, and allowing that moment of releasing this morning. So important. So important. So listen, what we have coming up on the show today, we're going to celebrate today. I mentioned something happening in Thailand. We're also going to be talking about our national days today. And tying into that Thailand holiday, we're going to be celebrating today in a Celebrate Today segment with a good friend of mine over in Middletown. Um, in our social joy spotlight. And then after the break, we'll have our moment of compassion as well as a little message for you today from myself in the daily uplift about joy and tapping into that when maybe it's hard to find. So do that. Birthdays, what's coming up on the network, a jam-packed show for you today. I love you so much, my friend, as well. I appreciate you. Good morning, Frank. Always good to see you out in the audience this morning. Oh, I love that picture of you and your queen there. Yes, sir. I love that this morning. Brings a smile to my face. Listen, we're going to move on today to celebrate today because there's always a reason to celebrate here on Project Joy Live. Let's do it. Always a reason to celebrate. Let's talk about national days today. For some of you may have noticed that the other day was National Siblings Day. Didn't see a lot of posts on Facebook. I don't know what happened, but my daughter and several friends of mine had tried to post a National Siblings Day post, and they all got marked as spam by Facebook. So this is like this should be a conspiracy segment. Are they trying to suppress our celebration of siblings? I don't know. But for those of you that were like, I didn't get to celebrate National Siblings Day, today is National Only Child Day. So if you're an only child, I'm celebrating National Only Child Day with you today. It is also National Colorado Day, and one of our very good friends here on the Breakthrough Show Network, Sharon Zaraga Walters, is in Colorado. So we're sending her love on this National Colorado Day, as well as everyone else who is out there as well. It is also National Grilled Cheese Sandwich Day. Mm. Is there anybody out there that doesn't like a grilled cheese sandwich? I just want to know if we need to bring some joy to your life today. I love a grilled cheese. I love a good grilled cheese sandwich. And I'm telling you, all of the people, because y'all know that I eat plant-based cheeses. So the plant-based cheese market is upping their game. Upping their game. I'm very happy that the cheeses are getting better and stretchier and perfect for those grilled cheese sandwiches. I also really enjoy making my own vegan cheese at home, which is a little bit of a labor of love, but totally worth it because you can get that flavor and stretch and everything else exactly how you would want it in a perfect grilled cheese. I love a grilled cheese. Oh my goodness. I'm having dreams of grilled cheese. You're so welcome, Sharon. Happy Colorado Day to you, my friend. Also, what else do we have going on today? It's National Licorice Day. Do you like licorice? Um, I I like I think I can appreciate licorice now. Wasn't so much of a fan when I was younger. I do always like a good Twizzler. But some of the other ones really it is what it is. But let me know, do you like red licorice? Do you like black licorice? Do you like I'm gonna pass on the licorice altogether? Let me know how you feel about the licorice. In addition to national days today, all I shared with you guys that it is a special holiday in Thailand. It is actually the Thai New Year coming into the weekend. Starts tomorrow and usually lasts a couple days. But it's this huge, this is the funniest thing I've ever heard. And I'm so thankful in our social joy spotlight coming up next. I'm going to show you guys something fun as it relates to this, but it is a huge water fight. Do you guys know about this? It is a huge water fight. The entire country of Thailand gets in a huge water fight for it's called Songkran, and it is the Buddhist New Year celebration in Thailand. It marks the beginning of the new solar year, and it's a time for renewal. And it's also an epic water fight that kicks off all over the country. The most iconic part of the festival is water throwing with people splashing each other using buckets, water guns, balloons, literally anything goes. And they tell you, I guess in Thailand, if you don't want to participate in this, you're just supposed to stay home because if you leave, if you walk out your door during the new year, your celebration, you will get wet. Can you just imagine literally walking down the street and just being like, you're just trying to go to the bank, just trying to go to the wherever, like, and they douse each other with water. So why it is this water fight. So the main focus of Songkran is about moving forward. In fact, the word Songkran comes from a phrase in the Sanskrit language that means passage of the sun. So moving forward. Water plays a major role in the festival because it symbolically washes away the previous year so people can get ready for the next one. I love this. I love that they make it fun. And apparently, one of the traditions is that you're supposed to wash your Buddha statues for luck and love and that same element of moving forward, which brings us to our social joy spotlight. All right. In our social joy spotlight today, I'm so excited that I'm sharing a social joy from my very good friend, LaPat, who is the owner of a Roy Thai Garden in Middletown. I wanna see if I can get a better, that's not much better, but we'll leave it there. So, I am so excited that she posted this video because she shared about Songkran, which is a water festival, and she shares this, and this is a video of her on Facebook, or on Instagram washing the Buddha that is in the entranceway of Roy Thai Garden, her restaurant in Middletown, Connecticut. She says, everyone is waiting for this. Bring out the water hoses and don't be afraid to get a little wet. Songkran, a festival marking the Thai New Year, is all about making a fresh start with a splash. The festival in Thailand kicks off on April 13th and usually lasts 3 days. Though festivities can start early and end later in some cities. The holiday's main focus is about moving forward. In fact, the word Songkran comes from the phrase Sanskrit language that means passage of the sun. So I love this video of Lapat showing how she's washing the Buddha in the entranceway of a Roy Thai garden. And for the weekend, if you're visiting and go to eat at a Roy Thai, you can go in and wash the Buddha for luck as well. So you can participate in this festival, which I think is absolutely amazing. So incredible job over there at Roy Thai Gardens. We are frequent visitors of my friend Lapat. Thank you for sharing your culture with us and all of the amazing food that you share and put out in the world as well. We appreciate you. I love it. I love it. Love it. Brittany says she loves that. Isn't it beautiful? It's such an amazing tradition. Danielle, like black licorice tastes like sambuca. I love it. Nancy, good morning to you. I believe I've seen some of that festival with like Anthony Bourdain. I'm sure people have shown some of the festival. It's really cool to hear about different cultures and how they celebrate things. And I just love that it's this weekend. A lot of us have been feeling some heaviness around the eclipse time. And it's a great time to remind us that we can wash all of that away, that we can start anew from wherever you are in the world, in time, whatever your culture and traditions, you can choose for today or any moment to be your new year and start fresh. Wash yourself. Go have a water fight today. Go have a water fight. Good morning, David. Good to see you today. Watching from Cedar Hill, Texas today. Love it. Good to see you. Glad to have you here this beautiful morning. And with that, we're going to go to commercial break. And when we come back, a moment for compassion, the daily uplift, our birthdays, and more. So don't go anywhere. We'll see you in a moment.
Breakthroughs are about more than you might think. They're about discovering who you are, digging deep, reaching to the core of your soul. They're about healing, healing yourself, understanding your beliefs, creating a ripple effect. And it's not just those initial moments that matter. It's about using them to bring more joy into our own lives and the lives of others. It's about having fun, letting loose, enjoying every moment life has to offer. It's about finding a safe space. It's about creating connection. Join us each and every day for exclusive programming, special events, and a community to call home, where we invite you to explore, change the way you look at and live your life, and go beyond the breakthrough. So we ask you, are you ready? We'll see you online at thebreakthroughshow.com.
Welcome back to Project Joy Live. It is Fun Friday, everybody. Friday, April 12th, 2024. I hope you are having an amazing day and are set up to have an amazing weekend. Danielle has a nice PSA for us regarding Songkran and getting wet this weekend. If there's going to be a water fight, don't wear a white t-shirt this weekend. You're welcome. Also, Nina's joining us this morning from my kitchen. Good morning, Nina. Always good to have you here. Okay, so coming, I don't even know what's happening. Let's get to our moment of compassion this morning. I have been loving this segment with you guys so much. We've been digging into these teachings of compassion from American Buddhist nun, which timing for with the new year this weekend. In her compassion cards, they're not oracle cards, they're not tarot cards, they're simply teachings of compassions that are on helpful little cards, bite size, bite size. That's what we've been doing here in our compassion segment here this morning. Card number 6 today is specifically talking about meditation, but I can see how this ties in compassion to other parts of our lives. So this card says, in post meditation, be a child of illusion. In post meditation, be a child of illusion. Let me read to you the commentary today. When you finish sitting meditation, if things become heavy and solid, be fully present and realize that everything is actually pliable, open, and workable. This is instruction for meditation in action. Realizing that you don't have to feel claustrophobic because there is always lots of room and lots of space. I love this message today because I think as some of us have felt challenges recently, whether it's the retrograde, the eclipse, or just life in general, or some of us may be adding challenges to our lives and not even realizing it. So I think as things start to feel heavy, it's so important to remember that there really is there is such a huge area, like it says, pliable, open, workable. There's just such a huge space. There's more space than we realize to of possibilities, of paths to go down, of choices that are available to us. And specifically with it talking about meditation, sometimes when we're in this place of meditation or when we sneak away and go have time alone, we're like in this big space of joy and love and peace and compassion, and everything's looking beautiful and it's all the possibilities. And then as we start to come out of that space, we start to feel the heaviness of the world. The kids are screaming, there's bills to pay, all of this stuff. Okay. And so when we get into that space of heaviness as it relates to our topic of compassion for this segment, there's it takes away that element of compassion because we start to get We start to, furrow our brows and feel the weight and the heaviness of the world. And when we feel that heaviness, we're less likely to be to enable ourselves to reside in a state of compassion. So this is a really big one. And Brittany says, I love that. Danielle sending the hearts. So when you finish sitting meditation, if things become heavy and solid, be fully present and realize that everything is actually pliable, open, and workable. Everything. Whenever you feel the heaviness, instead of slipping out of that state of compassion, remember that everything is pliable, open, and workable. There is any number of possibilities, of choices that you can make, of roads that you can choose to go down, and you have the ability to make that choice for yourself today, which is some of what we'll talk about in the Daily Uplift. So, I personally have a little message of joy for you this morning, which is what our Daily Uplift is all about. Um, I know that we had Kim on the show on Monday, which was incredible. And we talked about joy codes. She shared about joy. We talked a little bit about the eclipse energy and how we can switch from sort of a fear mindset to a joyful mindset. And then on Wednesday, we had Teresa and Brittany on the show, and we talked about some of the beautiful messages that we've experienced with the eclipse. But with all of that, sometimes comes some other things. Sometimes we might feel, let me relate it to you this way. Have it relates beautifully to our card as I'm just having my own, did you see my face there? My own breakthrough moment live on the show. Um, Let me know if you can relate to this. You go on vacation, or you have a birthday, or you go to a party, or you go to a great concert, and you're on this high, right? You experience the eclipse and you are on this high and it feels great and amazing. And then the amazingness starts to wear down little by little. Or maybe something even happens that takes you out of that space of bliss. Raise your hand out in the audience this morning if you've ever experienced that taking of energy or decreasing of the positive vibes after you've experienced something amazing. You go on a vacation, you go to a great concert, you go to a great party, you celebrate a birthday, a holiday, you come out of a great meditation and everything's great and wonderful, and then you start to feel that slipping down. We've actually talked about this before on the Breakthrough Show, and we call them like mountaintop moments. um I had Ted Yoder on the show, who is a hammered dulcimer player. That's not an instrument that you see very often. And he and I discussed on the show how he had played a version of Tears for Fears, Everybody Wants to Rule the World, on the hammered dulcimer. And definitely go check out that episode if you haven't seen it, because it was so good. And when he had played that on social media, somehow Tears for Fears actually got a hold of it, and it turned into this whole thing where the band went to his house. They went in the orchard and they played the song together. Like, he played it on the Ted played it on the hammered dulcimer, and Tears for Fears sang it and played the little drum box. And it was this beautiful moment, and it led to so many great opportunities for Ted. And then things start to settle down. So it's about asking yourself how you can keep that going for yourself, or what do you do when it starts to wear down a little bit? So definitely go check that out. Brittany's like, me. Danielle says, me. Nancy says, yes. I was doing errands yesterday. I could feel the waves of sadness come and go. And it's really interesting because I heard from a lot of people after the eclipse that they felt it during the eclipse. There was some people that had like that really didn't have a good couple of days leading up to the eclipse and during. And then there were people like many of us that have been on the show this week who had an amazing eclipse experience and then have started, things happened, or have started to feel that waning. So what can you do if you are joy? So this is my pondering this morning, and just work with me here as I'm working through it with you. Y'all know I don't plan a damn thing for this show, so I'm just working through it here with you this morning because for me, that is where the joy lives. So, okay. So if we are the joy and we have the capability to create the joy, be the joy, all of this stuff, then what do we do in times when we don't feel it? Is it still actually present? I think the first thing that I do for myself is go back to reminding myself that I am the joy. Okay. Even if I'm crying, if I'm angry, if I'm upset in some way, I am still the joy. That doesn't take away from the fact. If you think about Halloween, okay, just cuz I put on that Care Bear outfit, that doesn't mean I'm suddenly not a human. Okay. Though I wanted to pretend I wasn't. Anyway, um, just because you are going through any range of emotion, we talked about that with Kirillani on the show recently, that doesn't mean that you are not joy. So I think that that's an important that's my first line of defense against starting to slip into feelings of unworthiness, of inability to be joy or create joy, thinking that it needs to come from outside of me in some kind of way. Any of these feelings that I know are real part of the human experience, but also detrimental to my path and my journey moving forward. So, reminding myself that I am the joy is my first line of defense. And when I remind myself of that, I also simultaneously, that doesn't mean I need to stop crying. It doesn't mean I need to stop feeling the anger that I'm experiencing. It doesn't mean um that it doesn't mean that I need to do something. Reminding myself that I am the joy is simply an awareness. Okay, I am the joy. It goes back to the card talking about reminding yourself everything is actually pliable, open, and workable. Danielle just said a lot of self-talk and turning around the mind. There is. I have parent-teacher conferences with myself on a regular basis, and not just because I homeschool my kids. Okay. I talked earlier on the show about how difficult it is sometimes to be your own boss. Sometimes it's difficult to parent yourself because as you're an adult, mom and dad aren't around anymore to do it for you. Sometimes it is hard. Let me know if you've ever felt that. Sometimes it is hard to parent yourself. Sometimes it's hard to do that. So that's my first line of defense is reminding myself that I am the joy, okay? And then second, as I mentioned, not feeling like I need to necessarily do something. So that's my next question that I ask myself is do I need to do something with this? Do I need to do something with this? A lot of times for me, and I'm highlighting for me, this is not necessarily for everybody. Sometimes I have to a lot of times for me, I have to tell myself that there is a change that needs to be made because where I'm at, I have certain principles and belief systems and morals and things like that that I choose to live by. And if I recognize a behavior in myself that is detrimental to my path forward, that is somehow me acting out of integrity, then a shift needs to be made. I let myself experience what I'm experiencing, and then I say, what do I need to do to move forward? What do I need to do to move myself out of this space? Now, if that's not what you need to do for you, you can sit in whatever you're experiencing as long as you want. Let me rephrase that in another way. You can sit with whatever you're experiencing as long as you're prepared to deal with the consequences of sitting in whatever you're experiencing. Sometimes that's a hard thing. That's a hard thing for me. I'm upset, I'm sad, I'm angry, I wanna just sit here and bitch and moan and cry. But my question for myself often is, what is that doing for me and my path forward? What is it doing for me to gripe and grumble? So, my biggest tool that I have used for me in the past couple of days is asking myself what I am choosing to participate in. I just say, "Hey, Jess, hey, Jess, in the mirror, what would you like to participate in today?" Now, part of the challenge with this is when you ask yourself what you want to participate in and you choose to participate or not, you're going to have some outside chatter that are going to be like trying to pull you into participation in things that you just don't want to participate in. And I have encouraged myself over the last couple of days, and this is my encouragement for you today. Whatever you feel like you need to do to process the heaviness that you're feeling, hold your ground. Be in integrity, act with love, and hold your ground in that space of peace if that is what you need for yourself. Hold your ground. Everybody say it with me out in the audience today. Hold your ground. Hold your ground. And I'm not talking about a stubbornness of immovability if you need to move and you're just choosing not to. But if you need peace and joy and love in your life, and you are doing the things you need to do to achieve that, and people are trying to pull you away from that peace, joy, and love, hold your ground. You know your truth. You know that you are the joy. You know that you are peace. And I encourage you to hold your ground and be the joy today, regardless of anybody else, anything else trying to pull you out of that place. Brittany says, I still feel that way. I feel great still, but I have felt little moments and caught myself like, nope, we are happy and healthy. That's it. That's it. Pull yourself out of it and don't worry about the other one. I almost said I almost got real spiritually gangster on this show this morning. parent teacher, parent teacher conferences. I just laughed out loud. Listen, I got to have them with myself all the time. Like, ma'am, do you know what your daughter's doing over here? That's it. That's it. I have talks with myself on the daily. There it is. Hold your ground. Boom. There it is. And with that, let's talk about our birthdays today. Here we go. Happy birthday to you. It's always a great day for birthdays, and we have a lot today. A lot today. A lot of birthdays. So I'm going to run out of air is basically what I'm telling you. So get ready to call the authorities. All right. Brannick, in the celebrity world, Brandon Urie, lead singer of Panic at the Disco, his voice is insane, by the way, you guys. I've heard him sing some other things recently that I didn't even realize he sang. Insanity. 37 years old today. Happy birthday, Brendan Urie. Also, Tiny Tim that passed away in 1996. Do you guys remember Tiptoe Through the Tulips? Do you guys remember that? Anyway, he passed away in 96. Happy birthday, Tiny Tim. Actor Ed O'Neill, you might remember him as Ted Bundy on Married with Children. I used to love that show. 78 years old today, Ed O'Neill. Beverly Cleary, author of the Ramona series, as well as other children's books. She passed away in 2021. One of my favorite authors of all time. And I used to love Ramona growing up. Actress Clara Danes, 45 years old today. You might remember her from a lot of different things. I remember her from My So-Called Life. Hello, 90s. Shannon, another 90s throwback here. Shannon Doherty, 90210, as well as other movies and TV. 53 years old today. Happy birthday, Shannon Doherty. Another literal god in the world of talk shows. David Letterman is 77 years old today. Happy birthday, David Letterman. And author Tom Clancy, who passed away in 2013, also had a birthday today. That's all the celebrities. Now let's move on to the celebrities in my life. Past guest Trip Bodenheimer has a birthday this coming weekend. Happy birthday, Trip. And joining us out in the audience this morning, where is she? Where is she? There she is. Nancy Louise has a birthday this weekend. Happy birthday, Nancy. I hope you are set up to have an amazing weekend. Also, Amanda Beebe, that I went to school with. Happy birthday, Amanda. West Buford, old Pokemon Go friend in Alabama. And then my cousin Nancy Hughes Lynch has a birthday this weekend. So that's a lot. You guys ready? All right, let me see your birthday emojis in the comments. Here we go. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear. Brendan, Yuri, Tiny Tim, Ed O'Neill, Beverly, Cleary, Claire, Dane, Shannon, Doherty, David Letterman, Tom Clancy, Tripp, Bodenheimer, Amanda, BB, West Buford, Nancy, Louisa, Nancy Hughes Lynch. I did it! Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to all those that are celebrating today and throughout the weekend. There's those birthday emojis coming up. Love it. And now I you listen, check out I'm proud of these lungs today. Yes, thank you so much. I love it. Listen, we have a great weekend on tap for you, starting with a brand new breakthrough show coming up. So let's talk about the next episode. I really have to hold myself back from not singing the next line of that song every single time that I play that intro. Coming up this morning, lots of goodness coming on the network. We 9:55 a.m. Come check in for our co-working hours pomodoro sessions. Bring your to-do list, whether that's self-care, work, school, books you need to read, chores you need to do, whatever it is that you need to bring, just bring yourself and your to-do list and join us for virtual co-working. By the way, if you have not been in there yet, our virtual co-working room has gotten a little facelift. Something special that I did in there last night when I was feeling kind of gloomy. That's another thing, that little tip that I do when to bring myself up is do something that I love, and I love getting into some graphic design and things like that. So can't wait for you guys to check out the new virtual co-working space. Also coming up this afternoon, we have an all new episode of The Breakthrough Show at 1 p.m. Eastern Time with guest Dale Young. He's going to be talking about how he became grounded in his faith and really brought that into the work he does. Sometimes some of us have certain, whether it's faith or certain belief systems, and we think to ourselves, how can we include that in the work that we do? Is it even appropriate? So, really excited to have this conversation with Dale. He's an incredible human being, and I can't wait for you to see him on the show at 1 p.m. Eastern Time today. Then coming up, I'm also behind the scenes. I'm interviewing Kathy Ellis today, which you guys are going to be so excited to see her interview. She's a personal friend of mine, the lead singer of Don't Tell Lisa, Best of Led Zeppelin. Um, um, Oh my gosh, she does so many things. If you ever felt bad about your multi-passionate nature, you're not going to feel so bad anymore after you watch this interview with Kathy. That's behind the scenes on the network today. We have a host meeting coming up tonight at 6 p.m. for anybody that's a host. Also, if you are interested in becoming a host on the Breakthrough Show Network and would like to sit in on a meeting, you're welcome to join us. It's at 6 p.m. Eastern Time tonight. I'm happy to send you the link. Just send me a personal message. Then coming up tomorrow morning, we have Soul Saturday Morning Coffee every Saturday at 9:30 a.m. Eastern Time. And Sunday on Spirit Sessions, A View of the Light at 12 p.m. Eastern, they have a very special messages broadcast. Very, very excited about that episode. All the ladies are going to be sharing messages and meditations on the show. So if you want to zone out and have that moment, that pliable, open, workable moment that we talked about in our moment of compassion earlier, tune in to Spirit Sessions, A View of the Light, 12 p.m. Eastern Time, coming up on Sunday. Also, I could never listen. The lungs are on point today. I'm happy about it. Nancy says it really helps you get your stuff done. I appreciate that. It does. Come if you have whatever you have to do. Come and bring it to our Pomodoro session at 9:55 a.m. Eastern. time and come join the ladies of Spirit Sessions on Sunday. It's going to be amazing. I want to thank you so much for joining me today and every day. Monday, Wednesday, Friday at 9 a.m. Eastern Time is literally my favorite parts of the whole week. And as I mentioned in the beginning, if you didn't catch the very beginning intro of the show, I want to tell you again personally on the days that are tough for me, Project Joy uplifts me in a way that I can't explain, and it's widely because you all join me in the comments. It's you that uplifts me, and that's another thing that is so important to me in times of challenge is to surround yourself with people who also bring you up, raise your vibration, and help you remember that you are the joy. I'm your host, Jessica Dugas, and I will see you guys next week for all new episodes of Project Joy Live. And I hope you have an amazing weekend. And remember to make joy a priority in your life today and every day. I'll see you next time. Bye, everybody.